David Sproxton, co-founder of Aardman, and I guess I started animating with my colleague Peter Lord when I was about 15 or 16. And my very first memory of animating would be cutting out pictures out of an Observer colour supplement and manipulating them under a little rig which just had a 16mm Bolex camera on it. We had no idea what we were doing, but it was great fun. But you had to wait about a week to get your film back, so a lot of anticipation. Did it work? Was the exposure right? Was it in focus? But that was my very first memory. I guess in terms of films which inspired me, things like Ray Harryhausen films, but his work, Sinbad, Eye of the Tiger, those sorts of films were just spectacular and were all about fantasy and what you could do with that mix of live action and stop frame. And I think some of the early work that we used to see as a child on BBC, things like Paddington Bear and the Wombles, very simple but very nicely told stories of intriguing characters. I love those more than 2D animation and more than marionettes, because I think they just had a magic about them, and I simply still do love that magic of turning tangible objects and giving them life and expression. Having said that, I've never really been a great animator myself. Pete's always done that. I've mostly been behind the camera, been a producer, done the process side, and kind of keep things on track. The film that I still love, which I did a little bit of work on, and I'd love to have done more on, so that I could have, in a way, a bigger credit, is that gem of a film, Nick's The Wrong Trousers. Still, for me, an absolutely beautifully crafted half hour. And we often talk about it at work. Storyline, 3 characters, very little dialogue, very funny, and one of the great sequences of all time cinema, which is of course a train chase sequence. So that is still one of my great favourite films. So here we are at Encounters, busy place, noisy place. As ever, there's going to be a panoply, and it's a bit like an Aladdin's cave, isn't it? You don't know quite what you're going to be seeing. Lots of beautiful stuff, no doubt. I'll be on the Depictuary again, which I love. 90-second gems. It's one of the competitions as a sidebar of Encounters that I think is so important. What can you do? Can you do an epic? Inside that word depict is the word epic, and that's there for good reason. Can you make an epic in 90 seconds? So I'll be judging that on Friday. Looking forward to that greatly.